I'm shipping this boy today. Beautiful bird. Out of Purple Creek and Rosalind Franklin. Look at that guy. Just a stud. He has good balance. Single pintail. Woo, feisty. Well muscled, keel's long, goes all the way back to the vents, which are tight. I like this guy. He was going to be on my race team, but then I didn't race. So, dude, no one wants to see the back of your head. There you go. I mean, look, the front of my head isn't great, but the back, way worse. Same for pigeons. Robertson Found Racing Pigeons. James here. Hope this finds everyone doing well, as always. Hey, this video is on how to ship birds. Lately, I've seen a few posts on Facebook from One Loft Race managers, and it's not good. Some people are not shipping birds the right way, and it's causing birds to die or arrive unhealthy. And at that point, if your birds arrive unhealthy to a One Loft race, it's kind of game over for you. You've already missed it. So let's do it right. Today we're going to talk about how to ship birds in the US mail service. On two separate occasions, I've heard Jim Ward, the manager of the Hoosier Classic $1 Million race, say that he knows right when he unpacks those boxes, right when he gets those birds and lifts them out, he knows if those birds have a chance. If they are overcrowded and it's all hot in there and there's no bedding and there's slimy poop all over, that impacts the birds. And he even says, you know, if that's the case, then congratulations, you just donated to the race. Don't let this happen, guys. You do not want to just donate to the race. You want your birds to have a fighting chance. It's kind of crazy to me to think about all the investment people put into their birds and then they skimp on shipping. That just makes no sense to me at all. I mean, even to enter those birds in the race, it's going to be a couple $100. And then when you consider all the investment in the breeders and raising those youngsters, I mean, come on. If you skimp on shipping, you're shooting yourself in the foot. Don't do that. Let's do it the right way. Here we go. Okay, so before you do anything, the first step is to call your local post office and find out when the express pickup times are. It's so that you can time the drop off of your bird accordingly. You don't want to drop your bird off 5 hours early and just have it sitting in a box when it doesn't need to be in a box. And you also don't want to miss those express pickup times. So our local post office picks up at 3 and then at the end of the day. So I try to drop my birds off by 2:30 at the very latest. Feed your birds 30 to 60 minutes prior to boxing. You want them to have a full crop of food and water. When they eat, that encourages them to drink. That's going to fortify them on their journey, which could last a couple days. One of the keys is hydration. All right, so here are some of my go-tos. Today, though, I'm going to need this guy right here. I'm just going to use this little container. This is the electrolytes that I'm going to use. And then a syringe to pump them up. All right. Okay, I've poured just a little bit of the electrolytes in there. Hardly anything, you can see that. Grab a box. Grab one of the dividers. While the birds are eating, let's look at our box options. Okay, so I usually get one of these two types. Both of them are made by Horizon Microenvironments, and they're specifically made to fit the regulations of the US Postal Service. All right, so flip that guy in, flip these guys in, push them in, flip it around. Then you got to pull that flap back down right here, push those to the side, put that in there. Then I just kind of bend it along all the creases where it is going to bend. These little flaps right here actually just rip off, because I want there to be lots of ventilation. Ventilation, ventilation, ventilation. Lots of it. There we go. That needs to be bent in like that. That needs to be able to bend. This needs to be able to bend. Okay, so it's ready to go as far as the construction of the box itself. There's one option. This box right here, this could send one adult bird or 2 adult birds if you put a divider in there. They don't make dividers for that. You just have to make your own. Okay? And I've done that before. You just get a piece of cardboard and then just tape it in there side diagonally. If you're shipping youngsters, 3 youngsters, no more than that, guys. All right, there's one box. Next box, same thing. Ready to go. This box, 4 youngsters, tops. Do not ship more than 4 youngsters in that box, or you could have dead youngsters by the time they get there. Very important, guys. This box usually is supplied with a divider that comes with it. Okay, it's meant to just go like this, bend it along there, here and right here, and basically it creates 3 separate compartments for 3 birds. It bends that way. So just gonna go like this, like that, and slide this guy in. See how I'm doing that? That just slides in place. Those little holes line up together. You've got 3 compartments for 3 separate birds. Nice. This is the way to ship adult birds. Do not put 2 adult birds in a box without a divider. One is going to beat up on the other. They're going to beat up on each other. They're going to fight. It's already a stressful situation. Don't make it more stressful. Don't make them burn more energy fighting. Make sure there's separation between adult birds. If you're sending youngsters between 40 and 50 days, they're still pretty chill. They're not going to fight each other. So you can just put them in together without any dividers. You have to put some sort of bedding in here. If I just put my birds in here, they're going to poop in there and it's going to get disgusting and nasty. See, when you put birds in there, they're stressed. They're immediately going to like poop out what they've got ready to go. And sometimes it's slimy and gross. And that's just going to create a bad environment for them to sit there for potentially a couple days. All right, so you can use different things for bedding. The most common is either some wood chips or straw. So basically you want, I would say, 1.5 inches at least of chips or bedding, whatever type you decide to go with. Okay, so yeah, a couple handfuls, put that in there, and there we go. Okay, I stick my finger in there, you know, it's about like that deep. Boom. That one's ready to go. If I'm shipping a multiple bird box, Gonna put some in each compartment. One handful there. One handful in here. And one in here. Boom, baby. We got it. That box is ready. Both those boxes. Ready to go. For each bird I ship, I'm going to give them, I've just fed them, and supposedly, hopefully, they've gotten a drink after feeding. That's the most important thing, is hydration. But I'm also going to give them 2 Ideal pills. These are produced by Vitaking, but there are other products. They're similar to this. Versalaga has one that they make that I also really like, just called Ideal pills. And then I have my syringe. It's just regular syringe, and then I have a little flexible rubber tubing that I connect to it. And then there are my electrolytes, all primed and ready to go. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go like this, and I usually try and get at least 6, maybe 6 to 8 milliliters of electrolytes pumped into each bird that I send. If I was shipping young birds off to a one-loft race, I'd only pump them with about, 5 to 6 milliliters. At least 4, but probably 5 to 6. All right, this bird has been fed. Now we're gonna go take him to the boxes. Look at that boy. That's one of the birds we're shipping. $199. This is the one that was offered in the Abbey auction. Congratulations to the successful bidder. You're gonna like him. All right. Get 2 of those guys out. Let's go ahead and fill this up. Okay. Got about 8 milliliters there. Now let's get our bird. All right, here's the bird we're shipping. Beautiful boy. Look at that guy. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of put my arm on him like that. Hold him. Put one Ideal pill down there. And swallow it. Next one. Let him swallow that one. There we go. Now, got my syringe with water. Okay, when you open the bird's mouth, you're going to see its tongue. At the base of its tongue, there's a little hole like this. That's its windpipe. You got to go past windpipe. You don't want to like pump a bunch of liquid into his windpipe. Okay, you got to go past that. I'll show you how it's done. Come here, bud. I try to be as gentle as possible. You don't want to like scrape the tip of this syringe along the side of his mouth. Just go like this. Go past it. And then slowly pump it in. Okay, so look, we got about 1 ml left, so we put in about 7. Okay, bud, I think you're ready. You're ready to go to New Mexico. Yeah. I'm gonna set you inside here. And you're gonna be good to go. Okay, do not tape all over the seams, because again, that will decrease the amount of airflow. Okay, you want circulation. Circulation is your best friend. You really don't have to worry about cool temperatures unless it's like extreme, but you want ventilation. Don't tape over these things. I actually never even tape over this. All I do is I fold that in and then zip tie it right here. I'll show you. Get that in. Zippy zip tie. Squeeze it tight. And squeeze that one tight. A few years ago, I made a video on how to ship pigeons, and I've changed my method a little bit. I used to put food in there along with some water. And I would zip tie little cups to the corners of the boxes. But I've decided that it's probably not necessary to do that. The birds actually do remarkably well. As long as you fed them beforehand and you make sure they're hydrated, they should be good. The problem with putting food in, if it's just normal dry food, is food to digest it requires a lot of extra liquid. So that's going to suck even more liquid out of them. It's going to dehydrate them. So that's the risk with putting food in there. If you're going to put food in there, you got to also put in water in a form that's going to be available to them and it's not going to spill. That's the challenge. All right, this guy's ready to go. That's too many birds for this box. 2, 4, 5, too many birds. Look at that. That is the most I'd want to put in this box. 3 would be better. These are youngsters, so they're not going to beat each other up too much. They're going to be chill and nice. Also notice that these youngsters are about to drop their first flight. That's about how old they are. Their wattles on their beak are starting to go white. These aren't super young babies. And when you pick them up, it's like their voice cracks between a squeak and a coo. They're junior high students, basically. We're looking at a bunch of adolescent junior high students. Good looking ones. 3 is even better. That's what I feel comfortable with this box. All right, it is 2:30. I got my sandwich, and I've got my bird. Express pickup is at 3. We've got another express pickup at 5 when it closes. Well, actually, that's going to be more like 6. It closes at 5, but the pickup won't be till like later. So I try to get in on the early express pickup, baby. So I'm going to try and drop this guy off a half hour before that time. Cheers, peanut butter. Oh yes, we made it.